And we're back again talking about Serenity Festival 2025. I'm joined by Jason Katz, the Sound Journey Man. Jason, welcome to the show, and how are you doing today?
Great winter's day, sun is shining.
Serenity Festival is not in winter though. It's coming up later this year in the peak of summer, end of October, beginning of November. So check it out. Jason, you're doing a sound journey on the Sunday morning. Tell us why people should come and experience a sound journey with you at the Serenity Festival.
Deepak, I think people, if they want to unwind and just relax and get into the groove for the day, it's a great tool to start the day off. Sound journeys are, well, specifically the ones that I use the Himalayan singing bowls, are a great tool to stop the mind from talking and the clatter that goes on, and you start hearing pure sound. And by doing that, your body can just relax and unwind. As I was, as I've said before in the past, and I'm really honored to be a part of the team for the Serenity Festival, and it's really a delight for me to do that and be a part of the green side as well. Sound journeys, the Himalayan singing bowls, predate Buddhism, and they're an amazing tool. They were originally invented by the Bon tribe. And the Bon tribe are an interesting tribe. They still are around in small patches in the Himalayas. They were the original founders of 7 planets aligning to 7 chakras. So each bowl is made from 7 metals, and their resonance is quite amazing in how it can balance and unwind you. Um, in a natural setting like at Serenity Festival, if you sit down and just close your eyes and listen to the sounds, allow them to be a part of you, because sound is the most amazing tool. It's probably one of our sharpest senses, and it is the first sense that wakes you into consciousness before you're even born. Every child will go through phases of waking up inside the mother's womb, hearing her heartbeat. And that is a sound and a frequency that every living being on the planet currently shares. We've all heard our mother's heartbeat. But the sound journeys themselves, emitting the different frequencies, they're an amazing diagnostic tool as well, because placed on the person, you can actually hear, well, I can hear by the tone of the bowl, if there's a blockage in a chakra point or an energy block somewhere, and assist the client in releasing that through the sound journey. In a group sound journey, which is what I'm going to do at Serenity Festival, I feed into the energy of the group and relay that back to them through the bowls and the gongs. And I'm really looking forward to giving of what the bowls can do. The response that I had last year was amazing, and the questions were amazing, and I look forward to giving more and hearing more what people say they got from it. Now, some people are gifted and they are lucky enough to actually see color, and it makes sense. Color is vibration. This is what the bowls do. They not only emit sound and frequency, but they are vibrational as well. And it's taking it through all of those phases and going through from the deepest bowls where they ground you to the highest pitch, which is basically to your crown chakra and above. So it's almost like a religious tool. And it's an amazing ability that I'm grateful to my teacher, Alice Huller, who taught me how to play the bowls. They're not just a bowl. They're more like sentient beings that have a voice and they speak. The bowls are affected by a number of factors: the space they're in, the ambient temperature of the space, as well as the energy of the group that I'm feeding into or working with. The sounds differ each time, and each sound journey that I do is different. I was taught, and I'm grateful for that as well, the traditional Buddhist way of doing it. But I have found that in the last while, instead of sticking to one single way of playing the bowls, I rather do it intuitively as to the energies that I'm feeling and relaying that back to the clients or the space that I'm in. And I found that Klitzgrass and the sound pit that they've got there is an amazing tool. I mean, Klitzgrass does drumming circles in there, and I can feel that energy when I'm working within that space as well, which is an amazing way for me to use the bowls and relay, especially the bass tones and the gongs, back to the people.
And I'm glad you mentioned Klitzkras and the drumming pit that they have. This is a really special, like, amphitheater that they've built at Klitzkras. It's got it's got quite a bit of seating and a nice pit in the middle, circular, where they, have the performers. So is this where you're going to be doing the sound journey, in that actual pit, in the sand pit?
I would imagine so. I did it last year, and I'm hoping that this year I'll be doing it there again because the sound and the vibrations really worked well inside that area. Judging by the feedback that I got from people and the questions asked of how did the sonic booms, carry like that, I think it's a lot to do with the structure that they've created there.
Yeah, I'm so glad, because I didn't have the opportunity to join last year. I was running my stall at the same time when you were doing the sound journey. So I hadn't any clue actually where you actually did it. And the sound pit is actually perfect. It's built for sound performances, it's built for drumming. There's so much energy in there, and just the design of the place just brings all the sound back in. The sound is sort of curved back in. There's a lot of thought given into the design of that space. So people, this is a magical place. It's not just a random place. It's a highly charged sound amphitheater that Jason will be performing at the Serenity Festival. It's just going to be amplified what you're going to experience through the sound journey. So tell me, were the people sitting around, or do they have to lie down? Because I know it's better to be lying down for a sound journey, but in this case, that's not possible, isn't it?
No, in this case, it's not really possible. And I was actually quite enlightened to how it can affect people differently in terms of that as well. Because the way that I normally do my sound journeys is I ask people to lie down because most people do lie down. Some people did, in fact, lie down within the pit, but most people were sitting and just receiving the sounds and the frequencies. And as you say, it's an amazing venue in that it almost amplifies the sound that comes from there. I was on the top of the stairs, not at the bottom of the stairs, which is what I originally intended to do. But the sound still carried through amazingly with the sound engineer and microphones and everything obviously assisting. Originally, they asked me to do it in the hall, and I said, I like the energy of that sand pit. It seems to resonate well. And it certainly turned out that way as well. So I'm looking forward to this festival and what it can offer people for the weekend of different experiences.
Exactly. And this weekend is all really about expressing, recalibrating yourself, revitalizing yourself, finding your inner child. So, Jason, you're saying that you're actually not sure what you're going to play. You're going to just feel what the crowd needs. I mean, that sounds really amazing to me. Like, how do you actually feel what the crowd needs? I know you've got decades and decades of experience, and that's why you are the master of this sound journey experience. But how do you actually feel what a crowd needs? It sounds truly special what you're able to do.
Deepak, thank you for that question. It's something that actually my teacher asked me after she said to me she was pulling out and I would be doing sound journeys on my own. And I said to her, what do you mean? And she said, you know your bowls well, but how are you going to do it? And especially now, years after that, I can feel energies and I can sense people's energies and I know my bowls. So I can almost repeat back what I'm feeling. It's almost like mirroring back to people what they're giving out. And if I sense like people are too much in their headspace, I will focus on the deeper notes to ground them first and then take them through the chakras up to the crown chakra which is their headspace and beyond. And once you've got to that point, playing the bowls and the frequencies and the sounds is purely a matter of I'm not in myself. I'm almost like playing bowls. That's where my focus is. And yes, thank you for the compliment. It's an amazing tool which I've seen people change like from within. And it all boils down, Deepak, to, I think, my belief is it all boils down to the water. Our bodies are 70 to 80% water. And sound and frequencies play an incredible part of the makeup within each individual person. The sound frequencies, for example, the sun emits sunlight. It's a frequency. And we are constantly bombarded by sound and frequencies. And when you can tone in to just a single sound coming from bowls and block out all of the other extraneous stuff, that's when the individual starts healing from within.
Because the sound from the sound bowls, and I think you mentioned that earlier, you don't actually only listen to it with your ears, you actually feel it through your body, because the reverberation or the vibrations actually somehow penetrate through your body and your skin and enter at a cellular level, I feel. Maybe let's talk about your bowls, because I've seen your array. You've got a whole stage full of bowls. There must be like 20 bowls there. You've got a couple of gongs, maybe. I don't know if you're... Yeah, but how does that work? I mean, you said they relate to your chakras, so are there like two that link to each chakra? Like how do all your bowls fit together?
Okay. The bowls themselves are made up of 7 different metals corresponding to the 7 planets. Sun being gold, moon being silver, mercury, zinc, copper, tin, and iron. And within their resonance, it's like what I call the wow effect. And the wow effect is what the bowls emit. And in emitting that, I believe, turn the water within the cell. So where Deepak Chopra calls you've got cellular memory, you've gone through things and you've pushed it down to a cellular memory. The water within the cell turns. So a lot of time people have told me they've had memories from their childhood. It's stuff that has been released through the water of the cell into the memory. And that's how the bowls have a magical effect of how they actually work on individuals as well as groups. For corporate building and team building and things like that, it's an amazing tool because everyone hears it differently. And it's a great way for companies to get their team to start working together because they all can then talk afterwards of what each one experienced. And that builds up teamwork. It builds up the company and teamwork, especially on wellness days. And the Serenity Festival is a special festival in that, as you say, it's come for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You enlightening your body, you letting go, you inviting in new, you basically resetting yourself. And that's what the bowls are also an amazing tool for.
The word reset is actually quite important. So if you got your laptop is glitching or it's not working or something's going on, or maybe your cell phone is like bugging out and like not working, what do? We turn it off and put it back on again. It's reset. Just resetting just fixes a whole bunch of things just automatically. We do it every day with our technology. So why not reset your entire chakra system, your energetic body? Switch it off, switch it back on, reset through the sound journey that Jason is going to perform. And guys, do you know if you get your day pass ticket, the soundball journey and most activities are included in your entry price. So you don't pay anything extra for the sound journey. It's part of your entrance. And this is the same for so many activities throughout the Serenity Festival. It is such an amazing festival to get your hands into resetting your body. And all you have to do is come and sit and listen to Jason playing some magic with the 7 elements. So, Jason, any other final words to say before we close off?
Nothing other than I really look forward to seeing you there and expressing and using the bowls to help heal you and be a part of the team of Serenity Festival Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Although I'll only be doing my sound journey on Sunday, it's a great way to start the day for anybody just coming for that day and experience what there is at the Serenity Festival.
Amazing. So there you guys have it. Get your tickets and enjoy all the activities. See you there. Ciao for now.
See you there. Ciao.